We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Jewel Year. Well, here it is, fellas. Jewel, almost $19, and Jewel, circulating market cap, roughly $1.2 billion. Right? That's billion with a capital B. This is absolutely insane, and this is a great way to start off the new year when like the market keeps pumping my bags, right? That I've been farming, right? Then this is the humble farmer way. You farm things that go up, and you sell. You take profits over time, right? So, Jewel has been one of those projects I think it's been a home run for me. I made life-changing money, to be honest. And, I took some profits, right? And, I think this is a lesson that I should tell everyone. There's nothing wrong with taking your cost basis out, right? I mean, even if you're super bullish on the game, like who cares? Just take your cost basis out. Not financial advice, obviously, but, ask yourself, if Jewel goes to $100, like in February, right? And you're up a lot, like, are you going to regret taking your cost basis out today? Probably not, right? Probably not. Like, it's all about managing risk in crypto, right? Because things can like go bad in a hurry. And if you believe that, crypto is this macro bullish industry, then the key of the game is to survive, right? Just make more money, just make money, survive, take profits, rotate into blue chips, stables, whatever, and just be fine with it. Right. And I took like 2x my cost basis, which might sound like a lot, but it's like not too much, like relative to like my entire bag. And just practice profit taking. Everyone's euphoric, right? And you should also understand how sentiment works in crypto, right? Because if you're on social media, everything that you see is going to be bullish when it comes to Jewel. Because what does all-time highs mean, right? When Jewel is at all-time highs, it means everyone that's ever entered Jewel is at a profit, right? Because that's what because that's what all-time highs mean. And I'm sure I'll get like some hate for like selling some Jewel, like I guess, right? Because people hate when people sell. But there's nothing wrong with taking profits, right? There's nothing wrong with taking profits, especially when you can like rotate into UST, bridge to Terra, and like put it into Anchor and earn like 19%, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So just typical Taiki, new year, same me. Be humble with your profit taking strategies. You're not going to regret it, right? You're not going to regret it, right? As long as you don't sell your entire bag. So like the question is like, why is Jewel pumping so much, right? Like who is buying this, right? Like who is buying all these tokens that I've been farming for months, right? And the question, or I guess the answer is Crystalvale, right? The Crystalvale announcement. So Crystalvale is DeFi Kingdom's expansion to the Avalanche ecosystem, and there's going to be a new token called Crystal, which is going to be like the power token of the Avalanche ecosystem, and it's going to be similar to Jewel, right? You need to summon, like etc., buy heroes and whatnot. And Frisky last night released more information on how to actually be eligible for Crystal airdrops, as well as Gen0 hero raffles. And this is like the crazy, and this is where all the excitement comes, right? Because I think Gen0's on Harmony is like worth like 100K at this point, right? Like $19 Jewel. I mean, I gave mine away like when it was like $14,000, right? This hero. I don't regret it at all, right? It's fine. But it's pretty crazy. So there's this article from Sandwich Punch. About like it kind of goes over his commentary of how he interprets this announcement, and I recommend everyone give him a follow, right? On Twitter he has 5,000 followers, and he writes great articles. And a word of, I guess, advice for anyone that's trying to go deeper into crypto this year, right? Because I mean it's the new year, so let's think about like how can we like adapt, I guess, to the new year and make our lives better and whatnot. I encourage everyone to start making content, right? It doesn't have to be YouTube content, right? Because YouTube videos, they take a long time, right? They take a long time. You're gonna get a lot of hate. It's not great for mental health and whatnot. But if you're successful, then it's great. But the thing is, like, you can also be pseudonymous, and write articles, right? Go on Twitter, write threads on your thesis, and see how people like might disagree or agree with you, right? You want to build friends. You want to build a community, right? Because I argue that it's a lot more fun to make money with friends in crypto than to like make money yourself, right? Like I'm super introverted, but like I love talking to people that I've connected with through YouTube, through Twitter, and I think that one of the beauties of crypto is that people don't really judge you based off of your background. I think with traditional finance, legacy finance, it kind of does matter where you went to school, where you've worked before, right? Because it's kind of like a dick swinging competition, right? It's like you fling dicks around and see what sticks. But in crypto, people judge you based on your opinions and how you communicate those opinions, because there are a bunch of accounts on Twitter. There's a bunch of accounts on YouTube that have built a pretty sizable following, and I have no idea who they are, right? But we respect them because they're smart. They communicate their thoughts clearly, and generally they've been right? So even if you're introverted, even if you don't want to show off your face, just start making articles, start writing articles, because if you're early into a project like DeFi Kingdoms and you start writing a bunch of articles like Sandwich Punch, you're gonna grow an audience, right? And I would expect this to get to like 10,000 at some point as DeFi Kingdoms succeeds over time. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because you can read it yourself. But TLDR, you'll be eligible for the Gen0 airdrop as well as the Crystal airdrop if you stake your jewel for X jewel, right? So I'm mostly doing this just because I don't have to think about it too much. I'm not and also Sandwich Punch, he knows a lot more about the game than I do. I don't really play the game, and I know people don't like that, but me personally, I'm super busy, right? And I know I can make more money playing the game, right? I know that, but I have to prioritize other parts of my life, like my business, and my life, etc., right? So no, I'm just gonna do this with a bunch of my jewel, just so I can be eligible for the for the Crystal airdrop as well as the Gen0 hero, right? And hopefully I can get my hero back or something. Airdrops are hero owners. Essentially, if you own a hero, you'll get a crystal, right? So if you own a rare, you get 4 crystal, a common 1 crystal, etc. If you summon heroes, you'll be entering a raffle, right? Where 10 Gen0s will be given away. And I think the DeFi Kingdom team is doing this because the summoning rate kind of has gone down, because you need jewel to summon, and the jewel price is up only, right? Who can summon when jewel just keeps going up? It kind of prices people out. Airdrops are bridge jewel holders on Avalanche, so 100k crystal will be given to people that bridge jewel to AVAX. Me personally, I'm not going to do this, right? I'm just going to sit in the gardens because people that farm are still going to be eligible for the airdrops, and I'll also get airdrops from X jewel and whatnot. So no, I'm not going to do this. You can do it too if you're interested. And yeah, if you're farming on the gardens, you'll also get crystal airdrops, right? So it's a way to make existing users rich, right? Or maybe not rich, but reward existing users. And that's one of the reasons why people are buying jewel, because if you're bullish on the game, then you should be bullish on Crystalvale. If you're bullish on Crystalvale, you should be bullish to Crystal token. If you want the Crystal token, you need to own jewel, and that's kind of how the team has created demand for the token. And I would expect the team to keep continuing in this manner, because I think the majority of the DeFi Kingdom's treasury is denominated in jewel. So obviously the team is going to be incentivized to just maintain the buy pressure for jewel, right? And maintain the demand for jewel. So that being said, I kind of want to transition to the next topic, my final topic for this video, and it's to talk about technical analysis indicators. So I don't really discuss TA in my videos, right? Because I'm a farmer, right? I don't really draw lines on charts. I just look at the sunlight and measure when the next rainfall is going to be and whatnot, the next storm, right? So I can buy crop insurance. But I've been doing some research, right? I've been doing a lot of research during the holidays, and I found this indicator that have an incredible hit rate on when to sell jewel and when to buy jewel. It's incredible. And I'll tell you that right now. The indicator is my videos, right? Indicator is my videos, because whenever Taiki makes a video, the price of jewel goes down, right? Whenever I make a video, the price of jewel goes down, right? What does this mean? What does this mean, right? What this means is that traders or humble farmers are using my videos as exit liquidity, right? How dare they, right? They're dumping on my face. How dare they? And we can backtest this to verify this. But to be honest, that's not a bad strategy, to be honest, right? Because typically I try to be an ethical YouTuber, right? By being transparent and whatnot. But typically whenever other influencers show coins, that's a good time to sell, right? Because you have to ask yourself, who is the incremental buyer? But maybe you can call me Robin Hood, because whenever I make a video, price dumps, giving people a better entry. So let's kind of go back into history and backtest this indicator, right? Backtest this indicator. So farms of the week, right? This is my first ever public video on DeFi Kingdoms, when the APRs were 4 digits, pretty insane. And I said DeFi Kingdoms is my highest collection farm. Why? Well, Do you need a reason why? Anyways, let's go back to, what is this, October 18th? October 18th, right? So let's kind of zoom in here. October 18th, roughly here, right? Price of Jewel, roughly $4. And, you know, price went up a little bit, but bam, it just dumped, right? It just dumped from $4 to $5.50 to back to $3.50, right? So maybe it wasn't the exact top, but anyone that started selling near here, you know, were able to buy back lower. And, you know, obviously, you know, I had to do a pep talk. I had to do a pep talk, right? November 3rd. Guys, like, are you really scared of a 350 Jewel? Are you really scared of 350 Jewel? Because I had so many DMs about like, oh my God, like, is Jewel going to zero? God, come on, all right? Like, what we would do, what DGens would do to go back in time to buy 350 Jewel, right? So this video was November 3rd. November 3rd, what happened? Oh shoot, let's zoom in here. November 3rd, right? Price dumped and it went up a little bit, I guess, and then had a final dump, right? So maybe this isn't the best example right now, but you know, we already had a huge correction, and you know, I caused the final correction, right? Back from roughly $4 to $3.50, right? And I guess $3.50 was the bottom. So there was that, right? Next video on Jewel, November 15th, Jewel all-time high, DeFi Kingdoms thesis, right? So obviously I'm euphoric, right? And whenever I'm euphoric, I make a video, and then, you know, people use me as exit liquidity, right? So let's look at this one, November 15th, right here, right? So price didn't dump too much, right? It went from like $7, and the next day it dumped to roughly $5.50 or so, right? So that's like a 20%. That's like a 20% correction, right? It's hard to see in this candle because it's so small, but you know, 7 to 550, well, roughly a 20% correction, right? So, you know, call me Robinhood, gave you guys a better entry. Next video, Farms of the Week, multi-chain farm overview, November 22nd. So this wasn't actually like a DeFi Kingdoms video, but the thumbnail was like very DeFi Kingdoms, right? It had a bunch of Jewel. So using this indicator, November 22nd, what happened? Pico top, roughly $10, right? Release this video at $10, it just dumps, right? It just perpetually dumps, right? And it went from $10 to roughly $6. 40% correction. Hallelujah. Ooh. Hallelujah. Next video, DeFi Kingdoms expansion to Avalanche. Everything you need to know. December 3rd, right? And I think this is when a bunch of people were like, oh my God, like, Crystalvale is bearish because it's going to dilute Jewel supply by introducing a new token called Crystal. It's going to create more Gen0 heroes. It's bearish, right? Well, like, screw those people, right? They sold, we held, or we bought, right? Like, whatever camp you fall under. December 3rd, what happened? Right? It went from $10 to roughly $7, went back up to $8.50, and just dumped back to $6 again, right? Gave you guys a better entry. Call me Robinhood, right? But, you know, if you zoom out, right? I mean, obviously the hit rate isn't perfect, but the fact that, you know, in this up-only market, I was able to, I guess, you know, give an indicator on the next correction, I think is pretty incredible, right? Because, you know, my last video on DeFi Kingdoms was this 2021 year in review video, the year of narratives. And I kind of talked in detail about like GameFi and comparing DeFi Kingdoms to Axie, right? Because that's what everyone does, right? And I was like, you're right, like in 4 months, DeFi Kingdoms has hit like $1 billion market cap. Seems kind of expensive, right? And to be honest, it kind of is expensive, to be honest, even though I'm bullish. And what happened on December 27th? Even on this parabolic run-up, right? December 27th, Pico top, local top right here, right? So what does this mean? It means that people are dumping on my face, right? How disrespectful of them, right? How dare they dump on my face, right? Well, maybe now I get to sell some, right? I've been farming and holding all this time. I sold a little bit, but who knows? I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to the price of Jewel, right? I mean, I have no freaking clue. Maybe it dumps, right? Maybe it goes to $20. There's like some psychological resistance there. It goes down to $15, and you know, they call me Robinhood because I gave people a better entry. Who knows? But you know, crazy indicator, right? I mean, the Taiki, I call this the Taiki Euphoria, the Taiki Jewel Euphoria indicator, right? Let's meme this into existence. Every time I make a video, price dumps, right? Price dumps. And every time people want a better entry, you know, people are gonna be asking, hey, Taiki, please make a video. I need the price to go down, right? Like, you know, in crypto, people ask the devs to do something, but this time it's maybe people asking me to do something, right? You know, make the price go down for the people, by the people. But anyways, I think that's about it. What's the price of Jewel? 1883. Bullish. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Hope everyone's having a happy jewel year. And just be humble, take profits if you want. Obviously, this game is bullish. I'm super bullish. I think it's one of the better crypto gaming projects out there. But taking your cost basis out, no one's gonna regret that, right? No one's gonna regret that. So thank you guys for watching and have fun farming out there.